What if I told you that right now, the plants in your home are having conversations, not with you, but with each other? They're sending warnings, sharing resources, and even plotting their survival strategies. Sounds like science fiction? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the secret underground network that connects every plant on Earth. And by the end of this video, you'll never look at your houseplants the same way again. Welcome back to Plant Care Secret, where we uncover the mysteries your plants don't want you to know. I'm your host, and today we're about to blow your mind with plant communication secrets that even most botanists don't talk about. But first, if you're ready to discover the hidden world beneath your feet, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Trust me, after today's revelations, you'll want to catch every single secret we reveal. Let's start with something that will completely change how you see plants. Picture this. You have two plants sitting on your windowsill. One gets attacked by aphids. Within minutes, and I mean minutes, the other plant starts producing defensive chemicals to protect itself from the same threat. How is this possible? The answer lies in a discovery so groundbreaking that it won a Nobel Prize in physiology. Plants don't just sit there passively growing. They're constantly communicating, and they've been doing it for over 400 million years. That's right, plants were networking before the internet, before phones, before humans even existed. But here's where it gets really crazy. Scientists have discovered that plants have not one, not two, but at least 5 different communication systems. And the most mind-blowing one happens completely underground, in a network so sophisticated that researchers call it the Wood Wide Web. Imagine the internet but made of fungi. Beneath every forest, garden, and even your potted plants, there's an intricate network of fungal threads called Mycorrhiza. These microscopic threads connect plant roots in a vast underground web that can span entire forests. Here's what's absolutely incredible. This network doesn't just connect plants. It allows them to share resources. A large tree can literally feed a smaller plant through this network. Mother trees can nurture their offspring by sending them nutrients and water through these fungal highways. It's like nature's own family support system. But wait, it gets even more fascinating. Plants use this network to send chemical messages. When a Douglas fir tree is attacked by insects, it sends warning signals through the mycorrhizal network to neighboring trees. Those trees then start producing defensive compounds before they're even attacked. It's like having a neighborhood watch system, but for plants. And if you think that's impressive, wait until you hear about what happens above ground. Plants are literally talking through the air, and some of their conversations would make a soap opera look boring. Plants are constantly releasing volatile organic compounds, basically chemical messages that travel through the air. When you smell fresh-cut grass, you're actually smelling a distress signal. That pleasant aroma, it's grass screaming for help. Here's a story that will amaze you. Acacia trees in Africa have developed one of the most sophisticated communication systems on the planet. When a giraffe starts eating an acacia tree, that tree immediately starts pumping toxic chemicals into its leaves to make them unpalatable. But here's the incredible part. It also releases airborne chemicals that warn other acacia trees downwind. Those downwind trees receive the message and start producing their own toxins before the giraffe even reaches them. The giraffes have actually evolved to eat upwind or wait for the wind to change because they know about this plant communication system. But plants don't stop at chemical communication. Recent research has revealed something that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. Plants have electrical nervous systems. Dr. Stefano Mancuso, a leading plant neurobiologist, has discovered that plants generate electrical signals similar to animal nerve impulses. When you touch a Mimosa pudica, the sensitive plant, it doesn't just close its leaves where you touched it. It sends electrical signals throughout the entire plant in milliseconds, causing all its leaves to fold up. Venus flytraps count. When a fly lands on a Venus flytrap, the plant counts the number of times trigger hairs are touched. If it's touched twice within 20 seconds, snap, the trap closes. This requires memory, calculation, and decision-making. Plants are literally thinking. Now, you might be wondering, If plants can do all this, what does this mean for the plants in your home? Well, this is where things get really interesting for us plant parents. Your houseplants are constantly communicating even in your living room. That spider plant and that pothos on your shelf, they're sharing information about light levels, humidity, and even potential threats. Here's something most plant parents don't realize. When you group your plants together, you're actually helping them communicate more effectively. Plants that are close to each other can share airborne chemical signals more efficiently. This is why experienced plant parents often notice that grouped plants seem to thrive better. They're literally supporting each other. But there's something even more mind-blowing. Plants can recognize their relatives. Studies have shown that plants grow more aggressively when planted with strangers, but cooperate and share resources when surrounded by their siblings. Your plants might actually be trying to tell you about their family relationships. If this is blowing your mind, and I know it is, you're going to want to subscribe to Plant Care Secret right now. We're the only channel that brings you these incredible plant secrets that can actually transform how you care for your green friends. Hit that subscribe button and join our community of plant lovers who are always one step ahead. Here's something that sounds completely crazy but is backed by solid science. Plants respond to sound vibrations. In South Korea, researchers played different types of music to plants and found that certain frequencies actually promote growth. But it gets weirder. Plants produce their own sounds. Using sensitive equipment, scientists have recorded clicking sounds from corn plants and popping sounds from tomato plants when they're stressed from drought. Plants are literally talking. We just couldn't hear them before. Some researchers believe plants might be using root vibrations to communicate underground. When corn plants are attacked by rootworms, neighboring plants seem to strengthen their own root defenses. The mechanism? Possibly vibrations transmitted through the soil. Speaking of incredible plant secrets, there's one plant in particular that has communication abilities so extraordinary, most people have no idea about them. I'm talking about the snake plant, and there's a hidden secret about this plant that nobody tells you. After you finish this video, you absolutely need to check out our video, The Hidden Secret of the Snake Plant Nobody Tells You. Trust me, what you'll learn will change everything you thought you knew about this popular houseplant. I'll put the link in the description and in the cards above. Scientists are now calling the mycorrhizal network the plant internet, and for good reason. This network doesn't just connect plants locally, it can span continents. A single fungal network can connect thousands of plants across hundreds of miles. But here's what's really incredible. This network has memory and can make decisions. Research has shown that the mycorrhizal network can redirect resources based on the changing needs of plants throughout the seasons. In spring, it might funnel resources to help new growth. In fall, it redirects resources to help plants prepare for winter. The network can even isolate plants that aren't playing fair. If a plant takes resources but doesn't give anything back, the network can cut it off. Plants have their own social rules and consequences. Plants don't just cooperate, they can be downright ruthless. Black walnut trees produce a chemical called juglone that's toxic to many other plants. They literally poison the soil around them to eliminate competition. It's chemical warfare, plant style. But some plants have developed resistance. Wild grapevines can grow near black walnut trees because they've evolved immunity to juglone. It's an ongoing evolutionary arms race happening right in your backyard. Sunflowers are another example of plant aggression. They release chemicals from their roots that inhibit the growth of other plants nearby. But here's the twist. They're less aggressive toward their own species. They can recognize relatives and tone down their chemical attacks. Mother plants don't just communicate with their offspring, they actively parent them. Large trees can recognize their own seedlings and give them preferential treatment through the mycorrhizal network. They send more nutrients to their own offspring than to unrelated seedlings. But it gets even more touching. When a mother tree is dying, it will dump all of its remaining resources into the network to support its offspring and the forest community. It's like a final gift to ensure the survival of the next generation. Some plants even practice grandparenting. Older trees in a forest will support not just their own offspring, but their offspring's offspring, creating multi-generational support networks that can last for centuries. All of this raises a fascinating question. Are plants intelligent? Dr. Monica Gagliano, a behavioral ecologist, has conducted experiments showing that plants can learn and remember. She trained Mimosa pudica plants to ignore harmless stimuli, and they retained this learned behavior for over a month. Plants make decisions, they solve problems, they remember experiences, they communicate complex information. If this isn't intelligence, then we might need to redefine what intelligence means. But here's the most mind-blowing part. If plants are this intelligent and communicative, what does this mean for how we should be caring for them? Understanding plant communication completely changes how we should approach plant care. When you see your plants in distress, remember that they're not suffering in silence. They're actively communicating their needs and trying to solve problems. If you have multiple plants, consider their communication networks. Plants that can share airborne signals will benefit from being grouped together. They can warn each other about pests and share information about environmental conditions. Pay attention to your plant's chemical signals. That smell when you water your plants, they might be releasing chemicals in response to the moisture. Learn to read these signals, and you'll become a better plant parent. And here's something that will change your relationship with your plants forever. They might actually be aware of your presence and care. Recent studies suggest that plants can recognize regular caretakers. They respond differently to familiar versus unfamiliar humans. Your plants might actually know you. Some researchers believe plants can sense the electrical fields generated by living beings. When you approach your plants with positive intentions, they might actually feel it. This could explain why some people seem to have a green thumb. They've developed a communication style that plants respond to. So there you have it, the secret world of plant communication that's been happening right under our noses. Plants aren't just living decorations. They're intelligent beings with complex communication networks, social structures, and survival strategies. The next time you look at your plants, remember, they're talking, they're thinking, and they're far more aware than we ever imagined. They're part of a vast network of life that connects our entire planet. If this has opened your eyes to the incredible world of plants, make sure you're subscribed to Plant Care Secret with notifications on. We're constantly uncovering new secrets that will transform how you understand and care for your green friends. And don't forget to check out The Hidden Secret of the Snake Plant Nobody Tells You. After learning about plant communication, you'll be amazed at what your snake plant is really doing in your home. What's the most surprising thing you learned about plant communication today? Drop a comment below and let's discuss these incredible discoveries. Your plants are listening, and now you know they're talking back. Thanks for joining me in uncovering these plant secrets. Until next time, keep listening to your plants. They have so much more to tell us.